California in 1927.
The Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor in 1941 during World War II.
Do you remember what you were doing when Pearl Harbor occurred?
I sure do.
Yeah.
We were at the State Theater in Auburn.
Mm.
This was a Sunday.
Mm.
And we were watching a movie. It was called Sergeant York with Gary Cooper.
Mm.
And during the course of the movie, down at the bottom of the screen, they had these little notes that came across the screen telling us what was happening. Okay, it said the Japanese had bombed Pearl Harbor. That's how I found out.
Mm.
And we were sitting there, my sisters and I and my brother were sitting there, and somebody behind us said, "It's just like those dirty Japs to do something like that." I don't know, they probably knew we were in front of them, but that's how it all started. And that's how, things changed.
Mm.
That's how we found out. But anyway, after that, yeah, things changed.
Yeah.
Drastically changed.
What was your reaction to it when you saw it?
Well, actually I didn't believe it.
Mm.
I couldn't believe a small nation like Japan would attack a giant nation like the United States. I thought I couldn't believe it at first. But then, yeah, well, it did happen.
Mm.
What the motivation was, I don't know. Why did Japan attack, a big country like the United States? No, but it happened.
Mm.
One of the rumors was, this crazy rumor was that all the Japanese were going to be stuck in camps. And I told my parents, "Oh, that can't happen. This is America. That'll never happen." Lo and behold, it did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did happen.
The Tule Lake Segregation Center was created under the Executive Order 9066 signed by President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1942. The camp was opened in May 1942 and was closed in March 1946. Tule Lake was one of 10 American concentration camps established during World War II to incarcerate 110,000 people of Japanese ancestry. The majority were American citizens behind barbed wire and guard towers without charge, trial, or establishment of guilt.
How did you get there?
Train.
Train?
Yeah.
And what was it like when you first arrived?
Which camp?
At,
See, what they did first was they had what they call assembly centers, and they gathered up the people, temporary places, like we went to Arboga near Marysville. It was really temporary. In fact, there were no sewers or anything, so they just dug a big hole, and that's where the bathroom was. By the time we got to Tule Lake, we had showers and flushing toilets. So that was a big deal when we got to Tule Lake. Because we actually got to use flushing toilets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were your living quarters like?
Well, at first, in Arboga, yeah, it was just nothing. It was just primitive. It was just a barrack. Well, yeah, we all lived in barracks. Yeah, and since our family was pretty big, we had 2 rooms. So it was pretty good. I mean, the only mode of heat was a big coal stove in the middle of the room, both rooms. So everybody, they heated their individual rooms by coal.
Mm.
So then showers and toilets, it was centrally located in the middle of the block. Then they had a big mess hall where everybody went to eat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was like being in an army camp, I guess.
Mm. How did you feel when you were able to leave the camp?
Well, it's kind of sad because I left the family in camp and I left by myself.
Hmm.
They, after the war ended, my father said they're going to back to Japan. And I said, no, I'm not going. So I left by myself.
What do you think the most memorable experience was?
Well, I don't know. We did have a good time on our senior year. That's when I really got to know my classmates. And I guess that was probably the most memorable thing about camp. Yeah,
Yeah.
our classmates, yeah. Getting to know our classmates in the senior year. Realizing that we were gonna, this was gonna end, the war was over, and we were gonna all go our separate ways. I guess that was it.
You made some good friends.
Yeah, it was, got to know some that were really, we got to be really close friends. But they're all gone. So, you know, this is a dying breed. This guys that went through camp.
These camps remind us of how racism, economic and political exploitation can undermine the constitutional guarantees of United States citizens and aliens alike. May the injustices and humiliation suffered here never reoccur. Much later, George Bush wrote a letter of apology and compensated each internee with $20,000. Shortly after he was released from the camp, Mr. Mimura became a very successful carpenter and built houses for many people in the Sacramento area.